Hello, everybody. It's your average guy, John Corelli, with your average opinion. This may not be such an average opinion, but here we go. My because I've tried it a few times. I've tried to give up football, but after tonight's Super Bowl, uh, I'm, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Uh, with the bias the refs showed Tom Brady and the hometown Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight, or the gross incompetence. I don't know what you're going to call it. There's no way this game should have. I don't know. I left in the third quarter. Kansas City could be coming back for all I know, but I'm done. Even if Kansas City comes back, I'm done. There's so many reasons I'm done. I'll go through them, and it'll probably take me 10 minutes. Let me tell you, first of all, I am what you consider a lifelong football fan. I was originally a Jets fan when I was a little kid, and then we moved to Denver, and I watched the Jets get absolutely spanked by the Broncos, and decided since I live here and the Jets aren't good anymore, I will defect to the home team. And I've been a Broncos fan for 45 years now, seen obviously great times and terrible times for that team. Um, but I think I'm done. I really do. It's like, hey, first of all, let me tell you something. If I can give up internet porn and Amazon purchases, I can certainly give up the NFL. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I was, at these last 10, 20 years, I've been pretty casual watcher anyway. Um, I want to say football in general I'll give up, but I might watch some college football. I don't know. But the NFL, I think I'm done for. Let's go through the reasons. A, I'm tired of watching Super Bowls be a Tom Brady coronation. Um, I'm tired of him being upheld on this pedestal and getting to watch his teams get away with things the other teams don't get away with. The refereeing tonight was not impartial at all. And if you can't see that, I don't care who you're for or against. I admit I wanted the Chiefs to win, but I've seen Tom Brady get away with stuff for 20 years. And not necessarily Tom Brady himself, but just the calls. I mean, so obvious sometimes. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of a league that, seems to put itself on a pedestal of, we're about fairness and all this. And while 75% of your players are black and not even close to that are in the upper office or the high office positions like general managers, obviously no owners. Coaching's getting better, but I think even coaching's still 50-50. Look at the head coaches. I know that that's still a problem, that black head coaches do not get the same fair shake that white head coaches. It is statistically proven at the college and the NFL level. Um, hey, Vance Joseph gets 2 years. Vic Fangio, despite having a worse record, gets 3 years and maybe four. Why? Why does he deserve any more time than Joseph did? Vance Joseph, I was a big believer that he should have gotten a third year, and he didn't. So there's biases there. There's the Tom Brady, what I consider debacle. I mean, I'm just tired of it. I acknowledge that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. Athlete, I don't know. Tom Brady, like Michael Jordan, has that amazing ability to make people around him better. I won't argue that. I won't argue that he's the best ever. But I will also argue that he's sometimes been in Super Bowls he didn't even deserve to be in, and won Super Bowls he didn't deserve to win. Tonight may have been an example, may have not. Refereeing affects games bigly. All right, let's just start with that. These are supposed to be competent, impartial um, enforcers of the rules, right? And it was not done impartially or competently tonight. In my, no, not, it's not even an opinion, it's a fact. Look at how the rules were shelled out. Look at the, um, look at the personal fouls. Just that alone, let alone the three phantom holding calls, defensive holding calls, none of which would have been defensive holding 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship game in Tampa Bay, until the end when it all of a sudden, we go from let them play, meaning the defensive backs can grab the receivers all they want, until at the end when a defensive back grabs a receiver that Tom Brady happens to be throwing to seal the game, and it seals the game. Stuff like that. So that's part of the reason I'm done. Another part of the reason I'm done is the way they blackballed Colin Kaepernick, and that was a blackballing. You cannot. There's no way anyone can convince me. Well, his skills were diminishing. Really? He was in his fifth, sixth year in the league. He had been to the Super Bowl as a rookie. He was a starting quarterback. Your skills don't go from being a number one quarterback to not being able to play in the league. Each team has three quarterbacks and a practice team. So that's 32 teams with four quarterback positions each, right? So that's 128. You tell me that the guy that started the Super Bowl and was still the starting quarterback for his team when he took a knee in 2017, that he's not competent to play or be on any team in the league? Bullshit. So there's another issue. Another issue I've had, and I've talked about this before on this channel, um, stupid rule changes that should either be reversed or rules they need to make. One is they need to bring back the 5 yard face mask penalty. I know that puts a lot of pressure on those refs to make a decision, but that's what we have replay for. Okay. It used to be originally when I was a kid, it was face mask was 15 yards. And they said, well, sometimes the guy doesn't grab it on purpose and he lets go as quick as he can because he doesn't want to tear the guy's head off because he's a decent human being despite playing a game with gladiators. But so they brought in the 5 yard version. You know, if like you just tug on a guy and you let go and whatever happens after that, and then they took that away. So now a guy can just tug on a guy and it's 15 yards. Where is the incentive if you feel yourself grabbing a guy's face mask not to rip his head off? Because you might as well get your full, your 15 yards worth is what I'm trying to say. So that's a dumb one. Another dumb one is when a guy is maybe going to make a catch on the sidelines and he's in the air and the guy can shove him out of bounds and that's incomplete. It used to be if the referee had to make a determination, like I think that guy's going to come in bounds with both feet, and the guy can't just shove him, put him on his shoulder, and ride him 5 yards out of bounds and make that an incomplete pass. Once again, then that's the problem. You're taking responsibility away from the referees, and they should have a lot. It's a big deal. It's a big business. It's an important part of people's game. I mean, I've spent, God, I don't even want to think about how many hours I've spent watching football in my life. It probably make me want to put a gun in my mouth. So there's that rule. And then the final rule, this is a big one for me. I'm sure there are some others I could think about, but this is a big one, is overtime rule is absolutely stupid. You win a coin toss, you are automatically statistically proven to win the game because your offense gets the ball first. And if your offense scores a touchdown against a tired defense who's been playing 4 quarters already, you win the game. We saw that in Super Bowl, what it was, 51, 52 with the Atlanta or with the Tom Brady. It was a great comeback. I give Brady all the credit in the world for that one, by the way. But they win the coin toss. And by the way, I remember this vividly. I said, as soon as it happened, as soon as they went to midfield for that overtime coin toss, I said, New England's going to win this coin toss, and they're going to win the game. They call it in the air. It hits the ground. They don't show it. And a lot of times the camera will go right on in and show it was heads or tail. Didn't show it. Refs pick up real quick. Yeah. Okay, New England, you'll take the ball. Boom. Game over a few minutes later. What they should do when it comes to overtime is adopt the college rule, which you put the ball in the 25 for each team until somebody does better, right? If you get the ball first and you score a touchdown, the other team gets the ball at the same spot and has to score a touchdown. If they can't, the game's over. That seems really equitable and fair, and I don't understand why the NFL has not adopted that rule. Oh, one more, pass interference. Pass interference should not be a spot foul. Pass interference should be upheld how it is in the in college. It should be either a 10 or 15 yard penalty, I believe it is. So you can't throw a 40-yard bomb. You underthrow it. The receiver tries to come back. The defensive back is in no man's land. There's nothing he can do. And it's a spot foul of 40 yards. No, make it a 10-yard penalty first down. That's more fair. So NFL, having said all that, I'm wearing my Peyton Hillis Cleveland Browns jersey. As you can see, it's been through a lot. Peyton Hillis was one of my favorite players. He played for the Broncos, and stupid Josh McDaniels, don't get me started on that conspiracy, got rid of him for fumbling a kickoff once. And then he went on to Cleveland, had a pretty good career. He played well in Kansas City, and I think he ended his career in Tampa Bay. One of my favorite players ever. Just, I'm going to be honest, this may sound racist. I don't think it is, but there aren't a lot of white running backs left. And he was like a fullback type of running back. He was a big guy, but he just played hard, and I loved the dude, And so I'm not going to burn this or anything. I'm not that stupid, but I'm done with the NFL. I may, like I say, may watch college. Maybe I'll be the creepy guy that goes to Pop Warner games and watches from the sidelines, and everyone thinks he's somebody's grandfather, but he's just a guy watching kids play football. Hopefully, I won't get arrested for that. Anyway, that's my 10 minutes. Bye bye, NFL. You lost a good fan tonight. We won't see you. I'll see other things. Hockey rules. Bye.